Second part is relevance of Isa alayhi salam's life and mission to us. Whatever I'm going to share can be sometime challenge your idea about certain things, but I have to say that. Let me ask one question. How many times I asked this question earlier too? How many times we think about Isa alayhi salam here? Rarely, right? Rarely we talk about Isa alayhi salam. We speak about Ibrahim alayhi salam during Hajj. But we follow Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam most of the time. Isa alayhi salam, if you look at Judaism and Islam, there's more in common with regard to law, practice, scripture, etc., etc., more alignment between Judaism and Islam than Judaism and Christianity and Islam and Christianity. So, when you have a dialogue, the Quran calls us ta'alaw ila kalimatin sawa. Quran tells us, when with the people of the book, you have to initiate the dialogue. Come to understand the commonalities. Then Quran says, first establish the commonalities, then go into the differences and talk about it. Unfortunately, what happens is that we Muslims, we start with what? The differences. We think about Isa alayhi salam only during Christmas time. That too, we go in a confronting mode with people about Jesus' birth. Whether Christmas, whether he was born winter or summer. Right? There's no established fact. Some people say that he was born in the summer because that's the time the dates were ripe. And then we also talk about whether we can say Merry Christmas or not. All these discussions started to come only during the Christmas, right? Is it how we should follow? Not follow. Is it how we should take lessons from Isa alayhi salam's life? We don't remember him. We use our prophet to argue with another person. How is it fair? Let me ask you one thing. Musa alayhi Rasul was not born on the 12th of Rabiul Awwal. How many people know this? He died on 12th of Rabiul Awwal. If a Christian scholar comes up and have a speech like this, talking about Rasulullah was not perfect, their prophet was not born on this day, how would we feel? We will say, what do you know about Prophet Muhammad? Are you coming only on Rabiul Awwal to talk about him? Similarly, we have to think about how much Isa alayhi salam is revered by them. For them, Isa alayhi salam is that everyday figure. Just like for us, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So, dear brothers and sisters, Islam, we are using dawah in the reverse way. We are not going through the commonalities. We are starting with the differences. We are using our prophets to argue with people, antagonize people. How can we establish a good relationship with people? Remember earlier I said, there are more commonalities, alignment with Judaism, between Judaism and Islam. Jews and Muslims. The only difference, a lot of differences, most of the difference come from the political situation in Palestine. Other than that, religious-wise, very common. More than the Judaism and Christianity. Because the Christians say, for the Jews, you killed Isa. They have an enmity. Similarly, Islam and Christianity is not a lot of alignment. But there's only one central figure which binds these great religions together. Who is that? Isa alayhi salam. Have we used Isa alayhi salam to reach out to this community? No, right? How can Allah is asking us to ta'alaw ila kalimatin sawa, establish the commonalities? We are not establishing the commonalities, we are just breaking everything out. Then we can say, oh, we gave dawah, they are not kuffar, they didn't come to Islam. How many Christians know that we revere Isa alayhi salam so much? He is part of our faith. How many people know? Believe me, not a lot of people know. How many people know that we have set aside a space next to our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a space in Medina, Rawda, where Isa alayhi salam will be buried? How many people know? Have we told them? We are trying to claim Isa alayhi salam to us. We are going to own him without having established any relationship with him. As I said, what we know about Isa alayhi salam is very little. We only use during December 25th, whether can we say Merry Christmas. I have lot of questions about this Merry Christmas. They say that the moment you say Merry Christmas, you'll become a Christian. Right? So how about Eid Mubarak? They are saying Eid Mubarak, are they going to become Muslims? Then everybody is a Muslim. We expect them to say this and this to us. I'm not saying whether saying Merry Christmas haram or halal, that's not my intent. I'm talking about we are missing the larger part because of the minor issues. Isa alayhi salam is binding these two together. We are missing that important point. And Isa alayhi salam is mentioned 25 times in the Quran. Rasulullah only 5 times by name, right? It doesn't mean that Isa alayhi salam is more important than Rasulullah. Truly no. But that shows something. 25 times his name was mentioned. 30 times Maryam alayhi salam's name was mentioned. We are not followers of Isa alayhi salam, but we can learn, we can take lessons from like any prophet. Isa alayhi salam kindness, his softening of the hearts, how he focused on softening the hearts, how he stood against corruption, how he challenged people, how he was courageous enough, how his followers sacrificed their life to him. How many things we can learn from Isa alayhi salam? There are more commonalities. We have to find out what are the commonalities. Love of God, love of neighbor. Christianity says that you have to love your neighbor. Isn't that the hadith says that?
Yeah, that's so.
But how many Christians know that? You see, this is a common area. We can talk to them. We can tell them this is what we are doing. So here, we are coming together. If you go around North America, many of the small charities were built by Christians. They started very early on. Why? Because of the love of God. Serving the poor is part of tenets of faith. Muslims, yes, but how many we can claim that we established something? Okay? Even many immigrants are, when we come as immigrants, we are served by charities. Who do you think these charities belong to? It was started in a church, in the basement of a church. Homeless people, who support them? Church. And last week, 2 weeks ago, last week, I was at a Jewish synagogue. They have a social justice committee. They brought in a person from indigenous community to talk about the wrongs, what happened in the Canadian history to them. You see, the social justice mindset. We have to learn a lot of things. So, unless we establish these kind of relationships, we will not know how can we talk about Islam to them? How can we talk about Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? I'm going to end this with 3 important points for you to remember. Number 1, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, he was on his deathbed. He was served by a doctor. A Christian doctor was looking after him. He said to Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, my pastor in the church wants to see you. He has been longing to see you. Shall I bring him now? Ahmad ibn Hanbal said, yes, you can bring him now. He came, looked at Ahmad ibn Hanbal. He said, Imam Ahmad, your life is not a blessing to the people of Islam. Your life is not just a blessing to the people of Islam. It's a blessing to all people of all of God's creation. There isn't a single one of us who is not pleased with you. Right? And then Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, when he was leaving because of the persecution, one of the Christian leaders came to him from Makkah. He said to Abu Bakr, your people like you should not leave. You go and worship, I will give you protection. Because the impact you have created in the community is so large, we should not lose you. 2 examples. Now let me come to the final Quranic verse. You know the Quranic verse. كَلِمَةٍ شَجَرَةٍ طَيِّبَةٍ أَصْلُهَا ثَابِتٌ وَفَرْعُهَا فِي السَّمَاءِ. Allah says about the Muslims. It's like our roots are firm. We are like big trees. Our roots are firm. And its branches are wide open. And it gives تُؤْتِي أُكُلَهَا كُلَّ حِينٍ. It will give trees, fruits throughout the year. Dear brothers and sisters, Islam, as a Muslim, we have strong roots. We have a tree, we are looking like a tree. We have grown up like a tree. We have shade. Can we stop? Shade means what? Anybody can benefit from that shade. Our fruits are not only seasonal fruits, it can benefit everybody and anybody. Why is it that we have to shrink ourselves to our own cocoon? This is a question. Quran says that we have to give shade to others. That's what we see in Ahmad ibn Hanbal's life, Abu Bakr's life. They gave shade to everybody. Everybody benefited from them. Although you are not directly working with them, the impact you create in the community, everybody is benefiting from them. So as Muslims, we have to think, inshallah, we have to be beneficial people to everybody. There are many ahadiths, I'm not going to go into a lot of details of that, but helping others, supporting others. We should not be an antagonistic group, only coming out during certain time to fight and argue. Isa Islam was not, what's the right we have to use Isa Islam? Like that way. You have to think that. So everybody has their own beliefs. Commonalities are important. Then we go into differences. We can talk about the differences. Very respectful dialogue. I have had many dialogues with you. Very respectful dialogues. Believe me, you can have a conversation with a Christian or a Jew than with a Muslim. Or Muslim people, you'll get into a fight quickly. But with them, subhanAllah, very broad understanding. Most of the scholars I met who are leading the churches and synagogues, in Canada especially, minimum they have an MA or PhD. Minimum. That's their qualification. So inshallah, with this I'm going to end and I will take some questions from you, inshallah.